What's up, everybody? This is Aki, and I just watched the best game of the 2021-22 NFL season thus far between the Browns and the Chargers. Both teams scored over 40 points, and both playoff teams, both amazing teams, and this has huge implications moving forward. So let's talk about the game. Both defenses are fairly good. The Chargers have some really solid secondary players, including Derwin James, and the Browns have an amazing defense with players such as Myles Garrett in the front, and even players such as Denzel Ward and among others in the secondary. So both defenses are pretty good, but both defenses were terrible today. Both teams scored over 40 points. The final score was 47-42 in favor of the Chargers. But let's talk about the offenses. Why were the offenses so good? There was 0 interceptions. There was only 1 fumble from Austin Eckler. Besides that, the offenses were on fire, especially in the second half. Overall, Baker Mayfield missed only 9 passes out of 32 and had 306 yards and 2 touchdowns. And on the ground, the Browns had 3 rushing touchdowns and over 220 rushing yards. On the other side, you had the Chargers with Justin Herbert, who is looking like that guy this year, especially, had almost 400 passing yards, 398 passing yards, and 4 touchdowns in the passing game, and 1 more in the run game. Austin Eckler had 3 touchdowns of his own, 2 rushing and 1 passing. And Mike Williams, who has been one of the better receivers in the entire league every other week, looks like, he had 165 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, which is insane, especially considering Mike Williams has been looked at as kind of a bust after he was picked 7th overall a few years ago. But he has been getting consistently better, and this year has had some amazing games. Now, besides that, how did this game actually play out? Over the first couple quarters, going into halftime, even into the third quarter, it looked like the Browns were going to win. It was going to be 27-13. It looked like the Browns were kind of getting away. The run game was working very well. However, 5 of the next 6 possessions resulted in Chargers touchdowns. The Chargers were doing amazingly, and they were able to build up a lot of offense in that second half with Justin Herbert, amazing throws to players such as Jared Cook, Jalen Guyton, Donald Parham, and so many more players who normally do not get that many targets. We're getting some big plays, and we're doing amazingly against a very strong Browns secondary. Ultimately, what this led to, with a few minutes left in the fourth quarter, was a tied 35-35 ball game with about 6 minutes remaining. The Browns, with some amazing throws and amazing runs by Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, went all the way down stretch for a touchdown and were leading 42-35. However, the next drive, Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers went 6 plays for 85 yards with some amazing passes to Keenan Allen, Jalen Guyton, and eventually a pass to Austin Eckler for the touchdown. However, Tristan Vixiano, the kicker for the LA Chargers, missed his second extra point of the day, which caused the Chargers to be still down by 1 with around 3 minutes remaining. So it looked like, okay, the run game of the Browns has been doing extremely well. They're probably going to run it a few times, get a first down, get past the 2-minute warning, and win the game. However, the Chargers defense came in amazingly clutch. They forced a 3-and-out and eventually got the ball back. With very little time remaining, Justin Herbert did his magic again with 48 yards of field. He had an amazing 30-yard pass to Jared Cook, and then Austin Eckler, 4 runs into the end zone to give them a 47-42 lead. They missed the 2-point conversion. However, there was very little time left, and what you know about Baker Mayfield, he can't make long throws. He was not able to convert with only 30 to 40 seconds remaining of actual game time. So with that said, a 47-42 team, where did these teams go from here? The Browns are 3-2, but they're not in a bad place by any stretch of the imagination. They put up 42 points. It's not a random NFL team can do. The next few weeks for the Browns isn't looking too crazy. They're facing the Cardinals, which is going to be a tough matchup. But I think that because of their strong D-line, which didn't show up too well today, they will be able to do well against the Cardinals. Additionally, they have games against the Broncos, Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, and Lions for the next 5, and I think that they can get 4 to 5 wins of those next 5. I think that over the next 5 to 6 games, they'll either go 4-2 or 5-1 and put themselves cemented at the top of the division, or at worst second place in the division, but definitely with an AFC wildcard spot going into the later part of the season. However, the Chargers are 4-1. That is amazing for them as they look forward to a particularly rough patch of their schedule moving forward with games against the Ravens and then the Patriots. However, the schedule does lighten a bit afterwards with games against the Eagles, Vikings, Steelers, and Broncos. So there's one more tough game against the Ravens, but then the Chargers should be smooth sailing. Given this, what do I think of each team's playoff chances and Super Bowl chances? I think Justin Herbert is that guy. I think Justin Herbert should be the leader for the MVP race right now over Tom Brady, over Patrick Mahomes. I don't care. Justin Herbert had that narrative. He had that second year ploy on a team which is doing way better than expectations. I think that because of how well the Chargers are doing, Justin Herbert should win the MVP this year, and even the Browns. I think that they'll be a good playoff team, and they will have some amazing matchups. Overall, what do you think of this game? Did you predict rightly that the Chargers were going to beat the Browns? If you did, or even if you didn't, leave a like, comment below, and what was your prediction? What do you think each team will do moving forward? But this is me, Aki, from the Benchwarmers, and I'm signing out. See ya.